we will have recap what we have seen so far. So we have seen what are the resources required for training, all the resources, then how to make training program and also marketing of training program. Marketing of training program. The resources required, one thing are there, we require a lot of money also. Like we have time budget also, time, we should budget time also, but now if you take budgeting is one of the important aspect of all training programs, any activity, organized activity. It doesn't happen, nothing happens without. And while studying the constraint, we have seen, but time is not unlimited. We have limited hours of time, we have limited resources, limited money. And that's why marketing mix is there. We must mix all these resources in such a proportion so we get maximum output at minimum input. And minimum input. And this can be done when we do some sort of planning. So budget is also planning. Budget, we budget for everything, even though let it be any activity. We make budget and then we see whether we have exceeded our resources or underutilized our resources. Again, we look at our planning, whether we have done rightly or wrongly, or we need to change our approach for budget and all. So what are the training costs? What are the training costs? Can anybody tell me? On what items we spend money? By the time people are joining, then I will start. What are the training costs? On
The assessment tool, sir.
Assessment tool. Thank you very much, Kavita ji. Assessment
So
tool.
reading tools,
Yes, Sipaji.
the reading material that we give to the candidates.
Yes. Logistic.
Yes.
Trainers fees.
Yes, most important है आप अपने आप को ही भूल जाते हैं.
सर हम in-house trainers है ना तो हमें सैलरी मिलती है इसलिए याद नहीं रहता.
Then also in-house trainer में भी रखना पड़ता है, trainers cost. तो उसमें आता है, it is an investment. Even though in-house training you are doing, you are getting food from canteen, you are utilizing your own hall, utilizing your own equipment. See, if you take a projector, just overhead projector or maybe LCD projector, suppose it has got life for 30,000 hours and you have utilized for maybe 20 hours. So you are used 0.001% also. That also cost can be debited to the program. So if you go minutely, you can account for everything.
Sure, sir.
So that is but for internal program, normally we don't budget and we don't have that type of requirement also. But one should do internal also because we are utilizing resources, utilizing people's time, indirect costs are there. There are certain costs which are direct and there are certain indirect. So we'll see all these things. Just pay little. It is not a very tough task to budget. Last time also there was a question about the prerequisites of good budget. So how what process we should follow so that the output is an excellent budget. Okay. So anything on the previous like marketing, resource or planning because when you are writing your answer, this assignment also, I want you to write in a form which is required to be used. I don't know first what was the first question in that? In assignment, does anybody have question? Yeah, assignment question.
Yes, sir. It's writing a report to the Vice President.
Vice President on what?
You're working as a
Detailed report.
You're working as a senior consultant in an excellence learning and development consulting company. Your firm has been conducting training and other developmental programs either in the client premises or hotels, etc. Lucy John, your CMD, wants to undertake construction of a world-class management development center in 2 years. She called you and requested you to give her a DPR on training spaces, use support spaces, infrastructural, audio visuals, and other requirements for these spaces, various layout with brief description. Write a DPR on the above aspect for perusal of perusal of your.
Yes. I think we have covered this. That's why I wanted to know what is the training spaces. Now there is he said training spaces. The next is I think support spaces, infrastructure, audio visual, and other requirements. So the training spaces means training halls ho gaya, other spaces like your activity area, storage area, networking area and all. And other infrastructure you can say the services what we need. And it's very most importantly when you are giving training spaces, you should also give layout in brief. In such, if the layout, one type of layout, two type of layout you are given, then you can give pros and cons of that. Because lengthy question hai, so you have to have time management. So just take it, this type of layout are available. So we'll see, or maybe modular layout. So layout can be changed as per the requirement. A hall mein normally what hotels do? Hotel mein what they do? There's a bigger hall, they divide into many halls, smaller halls. Same way we can. So you can ask, you can this and that. And main now write a detailed project DPR on these aspects. So when you're writing detailed report also, of course, there specifically it is not mentioned in sometime write a letter to is your CMD. Then you are supposed to write a letter for business communication, jo hum bolte hain usko, business communication mein. So you can have note internal, so it is note outside, so it is a letter format. So that also discussion is made to the meeting where you assign me this part here with the detailed project report on the this. So part 1, part 2, part 2, part 3 are annexure 1, annexure 2, annexure 1 training spaces, annexure 2 other spaces, infrastructure, and like that you can give anyway, any annexure wise or part wise, and then conclude it because requirement are different requirements. So we'll have it is advised to have a modular furniture or modular hall, something like that. So that way, a training program so I have given you in the previously. You can write like now you tell me because it what I see the sales MDP for sales. So anyway, now I find there are some people, some professional from sales and marketing background. So what you can include, that is the, okay, we can take, it is not a, you can take maybe activity for this thing. So you can have content, only content on content of MDP. It is for 3 days program. So we can have, it is just a 5-minute exercise. In 2 groups, I will divide you. And you one first day, second day, and third day, only content, nothing else. Content or a method, and then we will do it method baad mein. But it is content wise, you can decide what content you will have for sales, MDP for sales people. These are the things there you need to have your, because imagination, what can be the content for sales guys. So we will take that, then I will start with budget. So little warming up. So I will divide in 2. You can discuss maybe in 3 to 4 minutes. What can be the content for MDP for sales professional for 3 days? Don't write method media, just content, and then I will supply. I will give you content on that. So I will just divide you in 2, not you want 2 or 3 because presentation becomes very difficult task. No, I have not shared any screen. I have not. I am just dividing you. Just decide on the content for 3 days. First day, second day, you have to decide how many sessions and what will be the main topic. Don't go by subtopic or a main topic. Understood? Any doubt in this? No, I have not shared any screen. The Spreeji I have not shared. I am just talking. See, because I was given assignment question, so I want one activity on that because morning I have shared with you. For that, there was 8 learning units. So I want you to define only learning unit. That is the content, main heading. Suppose morning, first program starts MDP for 3 days. First start registration and register, welcome and registration. That you open. Okay. Also design like breaks in between, break. And then I will show you the model answer. That way you can write. Understood? Or any problem?
Understood.
Should I show you one model this thing answer, then you will write. You can do it. So I am opening room, then I will visit rooms also. And don't take more than 3 to 4 minutes in writing. 1 minute for one day. Raji? Everybody is back. So,
Sir, though we are back, but the time was
Yes,
very much constrained.
and the time is constant because we do not have. See, in training also it happens. In training also it happens. You want to cover, but participants are not allowing you to proceed further. So it happens, but here we are in the class and the limited time is there. So room number 1, can you present your slide?
Yes, just free from room number 1.
Yes.
So for the 3-day program, we have divided each day into 2 parts. For day 1, in part 1, we will start with about the company, like what is the mission and vision of the company, what are the values, what is the history. And the second part, we will tell them about the products. It's know your products. And in day 2, the part 1 will start with the roles and responsibility with the compliance part and about the competitors and the competitor products. And in day 2, part 2, we will include the sales process, like how to start the in opening of the, when you're meeting the doctors or whatever the roles part, the sales part is, how to do the probing, how to do the objection handling, how to do the closing and all. Then day 3, we will include the leaders, the mentors, the coaches, and they will inspire the new team members. And day 3, part 2 will be the practice session, which we will do the evaluation of the sales team, and we will assign them the role plays. So everyone will play the role they have assigned, and we can evaluate how they are doing the opening, the probing, and the objection handling, and the closing part. So anyone else from my team, if would like to pitch in?
I think he's
Mohit covered everything.
And you have covered everything. See, one thing, okay, let the second also. Now, see, first is this. Now you have brought down the topics. And again, some theme here. Now you are.
इनको गाना सुनाते हैं.
क्या आ रहा है? नहीं, आवाज आ. Then you have to develop tool. If you are going to have role play, you have to develop script and a role play script. So
Right.
that part will take place, and everything costs. When you put development, then your trainer's time will be there. And then you will, that will be there. Room number 2, please. Room number 2, then I.
So Manju, are you presenting or shall I? Or anybody else want?
Shipra, you go ahead. You were noting
Then
down.
two can also present. Two can also present for half hour.
Okay. So, sir, considering that this is not the, we also thought of keeping the company policies and all these things on day 1, but then we thought that induction program must have already been happened. So we have not included those things in our training program. So we have started like the day 1, the registration of these 27 newly recruited employees will be done. Then we will start with the introduction. Introduction will also have icebreaker in it. And then we will talk about the agenda and the outcomes of the training. What will they gain from the training? And then we can have another engagement activity, because these are new people, so that they can mingle with each other, and then the energy will be boosted up, and then they can participate more aggressively. So third thing that we kept for day 1 is the engagement activity. Now these will be on the lighter side, and then the day 1 will have a training on the communication skills. So we'll talk about the importance of communication, the mode of communication, the benefits of good communication, right communication, and all. And the tools that we are going to use for day 1 will be role plays, Chinese whisper, and some other activities to keep them engaged. Now, say day 2, we will talk about the sales boosting techniques. This will be a more complex and technical aspect of the training. And we will talk about how to increase the average ticket size, how to increase the conversion of a sale, how to handle the objections of the customer, and what are the closing techniques. Then the training could be on time management, negotiation skills, management skills. So all these technical part will be taken care on day 2. And the modes that media that we will include will be role play, videos, case studies, and group discussion. Now moving on to the day 3, we will talk about the people's management, because this must be taken care, and as these people will be into sales and marketing. So IPR we have taken down, interpersonal relationship, and the emotional quotient also, which is nowadays very much hyped. And then the conclusion assessment, post training assessment, to see that what they have gained. And the media that we are going to use on day 3 will be videos and role plays.
Okay. So thank
If
you.
I have missed anything, anybody wants to add, they can.
No. See, now others should note down what they have shared. I think you might have noted down. See, but what I need to say now, if you look at this Salesforce, to take it, you are done. See, first registration and it is all there. Then I'll tell you how to fix it there. Salesforce fundamental, because when they come from the B school and induction training, so you have to re-emphasize the reinforcement of fundamentals. Like we go at the train the trainer program, they will teach you something what is training, how to. ENA, so that is that. And some activity like code template, these are taken from somewhere. Then field types and Salesforce objective, creation of customer button, link, unit action, Salesforce for workflow. This can, see, you can have how deep you want to go. Whatever you bought out is good. It is a general program. Role hierarchy, who are there? See, data, but the usually having customer data security, Salesforce user profile, Salesforce reporting dashboard, data management, event handling, like you are going for some campaign, and if you have mobile app, maybe some demo. Then finally you can also give some project to them. Project to. If you want to have, okay, make, because they are coming for induction, you can, okay, we are giving you project. Then which is not covered, field visit. Suppose you have 3 plants, okay, 3 plants. So maybe half day visit you can have to manufacture. So field visit also you can plan, okay, that way. And how to do it, I will give you, and this is from my organization, how we are making this. Are you able to see this action file?
Yes, sir.
See, this was the program of workshop come training on vehicle evaluation. So the registration and breakfast. Okay, you can have like this also. Okay, then who is the instructor? What the topic is? Inauguration by so the film. Somebody, I think Dr. Sipra talked about at the Namutaji ne film, because film is a film on organizational activity, you can say. And rightly pointed out when I was visiting your organizations, their policies, like their main policies that you can share. Then brief, like that you can make. Here is a tea-based snacks, lunch, and then these are the components. Either you can have any way. See, whatever you want to project in but this is the correct way of doing. 3 days now, this is also 3 days program, not giving, so giving only, but you can. And lastly, like I gave you when I presented, you can define the trainer's profile at the, because there are multiple trainers in this, many trainers are there, but for like even though finance for sales course, finance guy will come and HR policies, because it is an induction program. So HR policies also you can include it. So there can be, you are the best, but you have to justify why you have included that point. So you can make training program in any way. Now there are many this thing I will give you brochure 2050. I will give you how even though brochures are made. अच्छा ये तो नेट कॉम का है. I will give you 2 or 3.
So typically the answer for the question 2 जहाँ पे MDP करना है अपने को assignment में, I'm not saying that exactly वही होगा, पर ये जो आपने structure दिखाया, so similar format. I'm looking at the format, not on the content. The content obviously will be whatever we want to write. Format is and then we have an additional note on saying why we have chosen a film or why we have chosen an activity, and note on that followed by और एक चीज मांगा है उन्होंने वहाँ पे और एक चीज जो मांगा है suitable methods and medium. So then the methods and medium is another note that is there.
Method and medium में जो मैंने I showed you in the morning one set. I will show again. I will show it. And I can show you 20. You see, once I was preparing a this thing. A proposal for 20 days program. 20 days. 20 days. That 20 days metrics I made wonderful. I will share with you. I can share with you. Method and media. See, best way is do like this. If you can, and you can see here. Now, trainer's profile. Now, here you can define trainer as per clause so and so. Now, what is the agenda? Now, you say film. Film, there will not be any method and media. And a film and you are saying. HR policy here. HR policy में lecture you can say this thing lecture HR brief on HR policy, brief on financial, okay, costing concept if you want to give costing concept, because sales personnel also should know the concept costing concept. So there you can listen and some brainstorming. So you can do like this, like this. Okay. Like this will be the better. Day one wise, day one timing. Yeah, this thing. This is the best way to when they are asking for method and media. If method or media are not there, then what I showed you, I can show other program also. Many programs are there. We can have metrics anybody. And assessment also you can include here. So assessment where you can have MCQ, you can have feedback also. You can, even though simple observation is also assessment. Observe and give feedback to them.
Now, यहाँ पे, while this will have the method and medium, so you're saying that we should also, have an explanation slide saying that, or a explanation column saying that why we have chosen that method or
No. I am saying if instead of writing, just say I have written यहाँ पे fellow of ICSE. Suppose यहाँ पे इसका qualification दे सकते हैं कि what is the qualification of trainer. Trainer का नाम नहीं देना है यहाँ पे. I mean to say, if required, like if you want to give some explanation, then you use notes. Then note 1, note 2, you can have some abstract I can put. Otherwise, there's no explanation required here, because when you have multiple trainer, that time instead of inserting trainer's name, now what we do now, this program is one of the unit, one of the session it is there, but multiple, because this program was on project management. So there were other trainers also. So you can trainers profile in the note में दे सकते हो क्या? Trainer will be with 15 years of experience, this, because here you don't have place to write. That's what additional information, any information you want to say, you want to justify. Otherwise method का there no problem of justification. लेकिन अगर आपने जैसे conducting meeting यहाँ पे लिखा है, and if you don't put role play, ना role play या in basket या और कुछ जो भी जहाँ पे activity वाला है वो, then you are not justified. So examiner will see whether that you are chosen right or wrong media. Right.
अगर हम लोग यही format को use करते हैं, format, I'm just saying the format, not the content. So I think it is good enough for the question to answer. The only thing is we have to create.
It is the good, because you save lot of time and space in writing. In examination, you don't have that time. So make like day one, okay, here you can put time, or session 1, don't put time. Session 2, session 3, session 4, this thing, and lunch break with, and or otherwise you can give really lunch break as per the convenience of trainer and trainees at around 11 o'clock, where this thing. So need not to give lunch break here, because 3 days में you have to give break or break बहुत जरूरी है. Break जो है ना बहुत जरूरी है. So कैसे?
The question.
Yes, please.
सर जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन, ये वाला असाइनमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आई एम आस्किंग कि सर ये जो प्रोग्राम है न्यूली रिक्रूटेड 27 एडवाइजर्स का, मतलब एम्प्लॉइज का, सर ये इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का ही पार्ट है जो हम दे रहे हैं, या फिर ये इंडक्शन हो चुका है इनका एंड देन उनको सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग की ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं? आई जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट.
इसमें you can give a note. See, you can give a always, we presume that their induction has been taken, they have come to the department, now we are training. So forget about that. है ना, न्यूली रिक्रूटेड अगर सेल्समैन है, देन वहां पे है थोड़ा डाउट है इसमें, यू आर राइटली क्वेश्चन डाउटफुल है. सो यू राइट ए वन लाइन के वी प्रिज्यूम दैट डिडक्शन इज सो दैट वी आर नॉट वी आर गोइंग फॉर सेल्स ट्रेनिंग. तो उसमें एक फील्ड विजिट, आप फील्ड विजिट डालेंगे, आप 4 घंटे का फील्ड विजिट डाल दीजिए, आपको कुछ नहीं लिखना है ना. और फील्ड विजिट में इफ यू वांट टू गिव इनपुट, देन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी और वेयर हाउस स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी, आप रॉ मटेरियल स्टोरेज, ये सब डाल सकते हैं फील्ड विजिट में. ओनली आपको क्या है, ज्ञान के घोड़े दौड़ाने हैं, कहाँ तक दौड़ा सकते हैं. तो यू हैव टू एज क्लियर एज examiner looks for what is your imagination, how deep you are going in the book. Okay,
sure sir, thank you.
और इसमें क्या होता है, मैं जब क्वेश्चन पेपर हम देखते तो मेरा एक ही था आज के इसका, you read what are the component he is asking, component. Try to answer each component. Because a question may have 3 parts and you are answering 2 parts. And third part is having 40% weightage, then you lose 40%. See, I'm also studying. I am also a student still. I am doing BA Sanskrit for decoding apna ye. And therefore yesterday result wala I scored 92% in one. पहले वाले में last year के 91%, उससे पहले में 95%. तो उसमें एक way है, because you are taught in MPhil, which I learned. I am transferring you how to answer, how to attempt the question paper. So if you like थाली हम सजाते हैं ना होटल में, क्या कहते हैं, their presentation also matter. So make the, अगर एग्जामिनर, एक तो एग्जामिनर जो का 60 साल को आएगा, आई साइड वीक होगी और उसमें आप ये करेंगे, उसको प्रॉब्लम देंगे कि यू आर नो लाइन है. So and sometimes you are writing in word format, because when online examination are there, you are writing word form. So make sure that your table, you are inserting table, so your that doesn't go, your content doesn't go here and there. Okay. Now we are coming, because before giving this thing, and this can have topic, client organization. ये तो क्या internal है, तो कोई problem नहीं. तो morning वाला I will share that PPT with you, and you can go through. And after that, if you don't understand anything, we are coming again. We can have discussion in other. I don't want you to have any doubt on any subject, any topic. So we can discuss again. So coming back to our main budget for training. So budget जैसे discussing resource, and before resource we have discussed. Before I discussed again, because ये एक अपने मन में एक छाप लीजिए program. Training process is having this much phase. So this was recap here. Resources required for training. वो हमने देखा था, ट्रेनर चाहिए, स्पेसेस चाहिए, हमको ट्रेनिंग प्लेसेस चाहिए, कंटेंट चाहिए, all these things whatever we have, and money. So money में क्या है, we make budget in the organization. Like there are 2 type of budget, and we have budget for the organization, training budget for the year, and we also have program budget and individual program budget. So we'll see that this can be done. So learning or understanding about the budget and its learning, its usage in learning and development, concept related to budget for L&D program, recognize the differences between budget for the program, budget for training organization, to be able to identify approval and reporting need, and review, monitor, revise training budget. ये हमारा आज का टॉपिक है. तो बजट क्या है? अभी तो हमने देखा, सुबह भी पढ़ा. Budget is also a plan, but financial plan. क्या है? Anybody would like to give definition of budget? Yes, Jasprit, you बोलिए please.
No, sir, I was asking a question. You said there are 2 type of budgets, so I missed that part. Can you repeat it, please?
One is the program budget. Suppose now we are doing trainer program, and we make budget for that. Another is the budget, annual budget for training program, or maybe department, like how much we will spend for the training. So there also the same, because organization budget is the sum total of all the programs. Either you do by trend analysis, and some managers are very experienced. Okay, last time we have spent 40 lakh, this time 10% escalation in cost, so we'll go for 44 lakh, like that. So we'll see the forecast. Both. So program budget is the individual. So it is a financial plan that takes into account estimated revenue and expenses over the certain period of time. So when you are making training budget for the training organization, they will have revenue also, how much you want to say. And I will show you, I have to search, because when I was president, I used to be each program come to, and I was ex officio head of program committee. Now they were putting how much they are expected to earn and how much they will spend on that. So both on the period of time. So time is also there. It may be quarterly budget, monthly budget, है ना? Re-evaluated periodically. We re-evaluate, we revisit whether we are going as per that. 3 types of budget: balanced budget, जहाँ पे जितना आया उतना चला गया, with zero difference. There no depreciation, no surplus. Surplus budget where we have more revenue, less expenditure. Deficit budget where the expenditure is more than revenue. Now, why we make budget? क्योंकि हम घर में भी बनाते हैं, है ना? Everywhere budgeting is there. Even though time का भी budget है, भी budget आज भी आपने बनाया होगा around 4.5 hours आपका 3 lecture हो गया, उसके बाद ये हो गया. तो timing का भी हम budget, controlling spending. So because money is not unlimited, and we have to spend each penny of rupee or maybe each paisa, so that we derive maximum output or maximum satisfaction. क्योंकि economics का अगर आप definition देखेंगे रोबिन्सन का, it is the science of which tells us how to derive maximum satisfaction from each unit of expenditure. Plan and monitor where your money is going, what item, and then again controlling is the main. Improve financial situation, save money for goals and dreams. Because now one case study जो जिसमें आपको training house, world class training house बनाना, so we may have that type of dream, then only budget will help. A component of budget ये simple है, आपको मालूम है, income है, fixed expense, flexible, like variable with unplanned expenditure. अभी मैं I will share one incident. Somewhere in 2013 or 14, we were having a program in our office. It was on automotive technology, and one gentleman, he flown from Bangalore to attend program. On first day around 11 o'clock, he had massive heart attack, and we took him to hospital. And by the time he was declared dead on arrival. Now, ये क्या है? Unplanned expenditure. We went to hospital, उसका जो भी treatment हुआ, then there were ambulance charges, then the mortal remains were transported by air to Bangalore. We didn't charge for it. So it is not. And sometimes there is an injury, there is a doctor's experience, or maybe failure of like LCD projector bulb has gone. These are it is a costly. So unplanned expenditure also happen. Now, prerequisites. What should be the characteristics or what should be a component of budget? So it is a wonderful budget and giving you good output. So organizational and functional structure. So when organizational means, it means who will put up what and who will be the competent authority to approve. So there has to be system, and same time with the system there has to be functional structure. Functional structure, there is a finance head, there is a CEO, and finance head is provided data by others. Like training budget, unless the training department, training division provides input to the finance, he will not be able to. Then competence of professionals. So what is competence? How will you define competence?
The knowledge and skills, basically.
Knowledge, skill, and experience also on that. Experience also. See, he was from Tata Motors. I will tell you name. Very good guy. So when I was doing my doctorate, so we had a MTech PhD program in our office. So I was attending that program, 5-day program. For their coursework hota usme. And he said, what is the definition of confidence? So उसने भी ये बोला, having that type of resources which are required to succeed in the circumstances, like going for the exam, who is confident, who has studied, who has knowledge and skill, है ना? Or fighting like Khali और मेरा अगर ये होगा कुछ करा दो तो Khali will be more confident. So these are the simple definitions. Then availability of data of historical nature. Your budget is always built on the historical data. If you see any budget, they will give you the figure of last year's, maybe previous 2 years. So we should have that how many programs we have done last time and what is the cost, how many people attended the program, and how many people this time may be there, what type of program maybe we can do. So data availability or data and data in such a way that is can be converted into information and which can be relied upon. Decision making के लिए वो historical data होना चाहिए. Accurate forecasting. So how do we forecast? You can have statistical method, or forecasting. You can trend analysis, and you can depend your own competence. Consistency with organization, plan, and budgets. So it is regarding training budget. So training budget has to be consistent with organization, plan, and budget. So where organization want to go and what is their budget. So it has to be synchronized or congruent with the organization. Top management support for TNI. Because training need and analysis gives you foundation for planning program. If there are no TNI, you will not, as we discussed in the beginning, performance problem lead to some training need. And training needs are lack of or deficiency of knowledge and skill and attitude, both KSA. So there we need to buy in. Top management support has to be there, conduct TNI, scientific TNI. Then formulate budgeting process for L&D. So there also we should have. Yes, Kavita ji.
I just wanted to understand what are the modern practices followed across industries when it comes to TNI. Is the management liable to give these inputs or the business heads? How do we go about, sir?
Say again, your voice is having a lot of echo. Can you say again?
I wanted to understand what are the latest practices followed across industries when it comes to TNI gathering. Is it the top management who would invest time and share this, or the business heads? Where do we get this from?
Training need. You mean it training need you want to say?
Yes, sir. The TNI part.
TNI. See, training management, training need support. Top management will support. इसका मतलब क्या है कि they should approve your training need. Training need. There is a system like training need. I am tell you what are the sources of training need. Either you can do performance when we have robust performance management system. वहां से भी training need आता है ना, training need. And there are requirement when the policy is changing. In the morning also I did, when the policy is changing. Like POS Act came in 2013, we were training all people across the organization. When technology goes under changes, we change all the people. When people are changing, when I am promoted and new, I am given new role. So before putting me here, when we are changing the structure of organization, so training need training needs should be supported by the top management support. They should approve where this is the training need. Then only you will arrange a program. So there are various sources of training need, and one scientific method is that you do the survey what people want, and that survey your HOD, your training head, then that training need analysis is done. Then it is put up to top management in the form of training calendar. Okay, so that is the idea. So top management doesn't do training, but that they only approve. The training is done by the functional heads, like HR training division or HR department will be responsible conducting, but input will be given by the functional head.
Got it, sir. Thanks.
Then formulate process of L&D budget. So you may have process, means there should be a policy who will provide, like Kavita ji abhi ye tha jo question tha. It should not be start like if the budget ke liye we have to start in October. So October we start training need, because by the time performance appraisal is performance management system is over, we send a note to the okay, you give us the training need of the individual guys. Then we group them. Then we see how much was the cost for the previous organization at the same time. How many internal program we will be doing, how many external program will be doing, how many program will be done for the organization like firefighting, safety and all there. It is done for 10, we have safety week, we have International Women's Day, we have so many days on that we carry out annual day. So is there any program for family? So based on that, process means why, when, and who is the task holder, who is responsible for that. Then training calendar for budgeting activity and program. Then finally we make training program. Okay. Then all budget is not completed by training activity. There are many ad hoc programs. Ad hoc programs. So some budget is saved for that ad hoc program. No, importance of training budget है because planning is possible. So we can planning से क्या होता है, we have economy in, if we plan, we will have economy of time, efforts, everything. Alignment to the organizational goal. Okay. Monitoring is possible. Once you have plan, then you can monitor. Okay, we wanted to conduct 5 programs in this month. Have we conducted 5 programs? We have budgeted 1 lakh of rupees for 2 programs, whether we have spent, we have saved or over expenditure. If over expenditure is there, then from where money is coming. Then evaluation is possible. When you have plan, evaluation you can have. Then benchmarking you can achieve with either your own previous year or maybe your sister concern with anybody in spending, in conducting program. Innovation and improve. Then when you have data, historical data on budget and training program, then you can innovate and improve. Innovation means how better program can be delivered in the same program. Is there any scope for improvement in the existing structure of making budget or maybe training program? Then reporting is possible because there are many things which are reported in annual rate, annual report of the organization. Then management review meetings are there. There you are reporting lot of. Then you have a skilled inventory. For skill inventory also you report. A competency mapping activity for a competency mapping also the training data. So lot of it complies lot of reporting requirement also.
So could you come back to the previous one? This
Yes.
benchmarking, innovation and reporting. Okay,
Ah.
reporting, I got it. This benchmarking is like that, okay, we did it in the minimum budget. Is it like
Minimum benchmarking means percentage.
ROI?
ROI. You can have ROI, you can have percentage of your how much you are spending, how much of your profit you are spending on people development. So you can take benchmarking on any area. ROI also, number of program you can have per employee, the employee expenditure ratio on training you can have benchmarking. So there are many aspects of benchmarking. You have to, for ROI you can take. But ROI, when you take, you have to be very, very cautious because ROI in India, we are still not all organizations are able to
training that properly. Right.
Especially for behavioral training. You can have like in sales, you can directly, okay, you are done program for sales force. Your sales increases thus. So can you attribute it to training only? Or maybe customer complaints are dropping because of training. And then you quantify customer complaint, number of complaint is equal to so much or much. You can do ROI, there is no problem, but it is difficult. So benchmarking in spending, benchmarking in number of program, benchmarking of employee for employee training expenditure and all that you can. You see, always when you take an objective, it should be measurable and achievable.
Right, and this innovation and this thing is in your improved training way, innovating or the
innovation in budgeting, innovation every time, because every time innovation we fall short of money.
Some example of innovation, sir. I got the improvement part, but what is innovation?
Innovation is like you are we have a system, like we were having a Oracle system that time. Now it is SAP. So Oracle mein what we used to go and ask people, your training need, your training. We made a system in Oracle where an individual was filling their requirement, it was going to HOD, HOD was approving and it was coming back to us. So it was that type of innovation you can have, how easy you are making process for yourself and also your like internal clients in the process. Okay. So that is the innovation. And you can every year keep a record of innovation. Keep a like training progress report card. मैंने एक TPRC मैंने एक बनाया था, which was basically for mentoring. And same we developed in Oracle, in-house expertise. Training progress record card, when there's a certificate program and all. That training information system management बताया हमने, जिसमें आप एक ही click में you can have, okay, subject wise training program, how many I have done. Okay, if you put my personal number, how many program I have. So that type of program, and also you can have innovation in training process with the budget. Like you have created a hall, you are creating. So, and you have to have record of these innovation every year and put it in your folder. Okay.
Got it, sir.
Now, principles of budget. So principles of congruence with the organizational objective in the last line also. So हमने बोले कि you cannot have your training is always for the achieving organizational objective. So your main budget, it should be always organizational objective के लिए होना चाहिए, where we are like I have worked with automotive technology. So what is the, we have 5 verticals over there. Okay, people development, organizational excellence, customer welfare, all these. So we should work in that area. 5 जो हमारे objective थे. Be conservative, not optimistic. तो जो मैंने अभी बोला था कि आपको कि छोटा-छोटा objective लेना है, ना छोटा-छोटा, you break your objective. क्वांटम जंप एक बड़ा जंप लेने के लिए की बजाय आप थोड़ा सा छोटा-छोटा लीजिए and you will reach the target. Now, for budgeting, it is a teamwork, because you cannot alone. You cannot, for particularly training budget, if you take, input has to come so many. Like if you are working in the training organization, then you have to call trainers, you have to see content developer, you have to see facility manager, everybody. If you are in the organization, like in my this thing, there were 20 departments. So 20, I have to consult 20 heads of the department, send them the rough estimate. Then finance, then business development department was responsible for assembling the budget. Then it will go to finance. So business development department, then corporate development, corporate planning department. Sorry, corporate planning and the business development was one department. So corporate planning will also be, finance will also be, then function department also. Then my teammate from the HR. So it is a teamwork, and consultation is required from all. Allow plenty of time. So I was telling for to have a budget on 1st April, we used to work from October onwards. What type of, so we are not running, it is not a like a haphazard thing. When you have time, you can have good process. Then provide training on budgeting, how to budget. आपको मैं एक देता हूँ, मिस्टर लंबा करके चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है in Pune. He is conducting fantastic. He is a chartered FCA. He doesn't do anything other than training. We called him and conducted training on for all, finance for non-finance. One side doesn't fit all. So don't copy. Okay, Upadhyay was cured by red pill, I will not get cured. So there is difference. So we have to have our own tailor-made process. Excellence in documentation, which I was emphasizing, document. So it will provide you historical data plus whatever innovation, improvement you have done, it is a record. So when you go for, like I will tell you for, because I have been in-house external trainer both, there was a 20% component of the incentive was on departmental performance. So for that documentation, a department was rated on so many things, including quality, non-compliance, and then flexibility. So flexibility means it is not that we have got 50 lakhs, so we have to spend 50 lakhs. You have to justify. If it is going 70, from where 20 lakhs will be provisioned on. And it has to be approval. Approved means there people have to recommend. Approval means like as a functional head, it will have my approval. As a finance guy, he will give his approval. Then it will go to CEO's approval. and if required, board's approval also. So approval has to have from the competent authority. So and excellence in documentation means because how we arrived on that figure. So background document should be available with you. Not only this. Last time question the responsibility matrix. So CEO is there for approval, then Vice President Finance, Vice President Production, by People Management. Okay. Now these guys, Vice President and Senior, all these lining, if you are seeing, see, now Vice President Production will take from marketing, and L&D will also take marketing, and the L&D head will lie with Vice President Production, then Vice President Finance also will be there. So budget will be made by L&D head, then put up to Vice President People Management. From there it will go to Vice President Finance. Finally, CEO will approve. CEO will not make plan. Even though he will not make training plan, we will put up, he will only assemble it to a main budget of the organization. Okay, this much we will have L&D. And because there is a HR budget, we have recruitment and selection budget, we have salary budget, all budget. So there will be component L&D budget. Out of that, L&D budget is how much? Again, it will be more clear process. So define budget objective. We will define budget objective, how much we want to achieve, how much we want to spend. Review 1 to 5 years budget versus actual. So normally we were asking more money and we were not able to spend that money. It happens sometimes. So budget we have to review. Yeah, how much money we have demanded and how much we have spent. I spent, and how many occasions we have exceeded the budget provisions and why, what was the reason. So we do analysis of that, then prepare organizational guideline. Okay. How things will, how the training needs supplied will be supplied, outside program if they want to have, take information on training the institutions. Then base means rough budget, training budget will be prepared by HR. Then there will be a review of that particular way, again going back and circulating people, obtained approval. But before that, review se agar hame refine aata hai, suppose there are certain review hota hai and everything is okay, we go for approval. But there are certain observation or objection by the task force, what we call them, HODs, functional head. Then we do some sort of refining, because after review we will have some suggestions of the objection. We will refine. Okay, we may reject also, but with justification. So we will refine, then put up for the budget approval. Then implement, monitor and revise. So implement, going ahead, monitoring whether we are on track or not, whether spending are right for the plan or not. Then if we need more money, then we have to put up a supplementary budget. Okay. Or maybe we have to take money from some other head and then report results. So reporting, quarterly reporting, because they will be asking how much you have used. So actual versus planned versus actual. So whatever frequency is decided, you have to. So again, I will repeat, defining budget objective, then reviewing data for 4 to 5, maybe you can have 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then guidelines, then rough budget, then sending it to review. And if you get something, some suggestion or some objection, then you implement, comply those and refine your budget, then put up approval, implementation, and then reporting. This is then again going back. So it is then how we computing the cost of training. So training relatively expensive solution of our performance problem. परफॉर्मेंस प्रॉब्लम के लिए बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, क्योंकि आपको एम्प्लॉय को छोड़ना है, ट्रेनिंग हॉल में जाना है, इधर तो कैन बी सब्स्टिट्यूट ट्रेनिंग, कैन बी गिव फीडबैक, है ना. फीडबैक का कॉस्ट सबसे कम होता है. लॉस्ट सी एक अगर आप देखिए कैसे होता है, हम जो घर में किचन में घर वालों को, अभी तो लड़के लड़कियां सभी ट्रेन होते हैं, हाउ मॉम गिव्स ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग कि भाई ये ठीक है, ये एक बाटी दाल लो, उसको धो दो, उसको पानी डालो, नमक डालो, बॉईल करो, उसके बाद तड़का लगा दो, है ना? क्या करते हैं हम, उसको फीडबैक देते हैं कि ओके सॉल्ट वाज लेस देन इट इज एडजस्टेड. तो feedback if we implement immediate in the our work system, I think lot of performance problem we will be able to solve. Then job aid, जो मैंने बताया था परफॉर्मेंस एड या जॉब एड है, जिसमें फ्लो चार्ट है, ये है, तो उसमें हम दे सकते हैं, वो भी ट्रेनिंग का सब्स्टिट्यूट हो सकता है. जॉब इंजीनियरिंग कर सकते हैं कि भाई उसको ये कर सकते हैं कि भाई उसमें इंजीनियरिंग में ऐसा उसको इजी किया गया, तो उससे भी हम कर सकते हैं. अनडूएबल जॉब है तो उसको हम इंजीनियरिंग में लगा सकते हैं. कंटिजेंसी मैनेजमेंट कर सकते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेवलपमेंट. तो कंटिजेंसी मैनेजमेंट इज ऑल्सो टाइम कंज्यूमिंग, मे रिक्वायर मच ग्रेटर, सो इट इज द कॉस्ट. फीडबैक सबसे इजी है, जॉब एड उससे है, जॉब इंजीनियरिंग उससे. जॉब इंजीनियरिंग मे बी कॉस्टली, बट इसका क्या है, लास्टिंग इम्पैक्ट बहुत है. इट इज लॉन्ग लास्टिंग होता है. वंस इंजीनियरिंग इज एस्टेब्लिश्ड, it will last for decades. Contingency, जैसे जैसे प्रॉब्लम आता है, you solve the problem. Okay, so that becomes like, it is like a control. Organization development. So organization development, when we say have a system, then there will be no or very less performance problem. When we have organization development like team building and everything, however it succeed the OD intervention should prevent many future performance problem. When we are having regular OD intervention, तो ट्रेनिंग का प्रॉब्लम कम आता है. इसमें है देखिए स्टाफ कॉस्ट एंड सैलरीज, तो हम कैसे कंप्यूट करते हैं, कंसल्टिंग, डिजाइनिंग, कंडक्टिंग, इवेल्युएटिंग. सो नंबर ऑफ पीपल, टाइम, मीडियम, सैलरी, टाइम, नंबर ऑफ आवर्स. एक्चुअली इसका फॉर्मूला है ये जो है, आप कैसे निकाल सकते हैं. कंसल्टिंग, डिजाइनिंग, कंडक्टिंग एंड इवेल्युएशन, ये एक वेरिएबल कॉस्ट में डालना, तो हम नंबर ऑफ पीपल से उसको डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. आउटसाइड डिजाइनर्स एंड कंसल्टेंट, टोटल फी एंड एक्सपेंसेस पेड आउट. अगर हम ट्रेवल का कर सकते हैं तो टिकट क्या है, टोटल एक्सपेंसेस, अदर एक्सपेंसेस, लाइक अगर हम उसको ये देते हैं कुछ और, लाइक सिटी अलाउंस वगैरह देते हैं, डीए देते हैं, तो टोटल फ्रॉम एक्सपेंस रिपोर्ट पर डे और टाइम, नंबर ऑफ डेज. तो उसमें ओवरहेड है, ओवरहेड जो होते हैं तो यूज स्टैंडर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फिगर, इफ नॉन एग्जिस्ट यूज 100% बेस्ड सैलरी. ओवरहेड में होता है जैसे हम ओवर टाइम देते हैं, जो सपोर्ट स्टाफ है उसमें जो देते हैं. ऑडियो विजुअल, एक्चुअल कॉस्ट ऑफ परचेज और प्रोड्यूस, और अगर ऑडियो विजुअल हायर किया तो एक्चुअल कॉस्ट में देते हैं. मैनुअल एंड मटेरियल, तो उसमें लोकल फिगर. इन हाउस डेवलपमेंट है तो प्रिंट, शॉप, कोटेशन. वो अगर मैनुअल हम बनाते हैं तो उसमें लोकल फिगर मीन्स अगर हमने इन हाउस डेवलप किया है तो उसमें है, तो उसमें हम प्रिंटिंग कॉस्ट वगैरह लगाते हैं. अनाउंसमेंट, लोकल फिगर नीडेड हियर, स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट, टोटल परचेज और हायरिंग, देन टोटल कॉस्ट. सी इसमें क्या होता है कि स्टाफ सैलरी कॉस्ट अगर हम लगाते हैं, आगे की स्लाइड से क्लियर होगा, मैं इसका आई विल रिविजिट.
सर वो अनाउंसमेंट क्या होता है सर? व्हाट वाज दैट अनाउंसमेंट?
अनाउंसमेंट जब हम ब्रोशर भेजते हैं ना, ब्रोशर्स, हाँ ब्रोशर भेजते हैं, जो हम कैंपेन चलाते हैं उसको बोलते हैं.
अच्छा, ओके. एक्चुअली आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम ट्रेनिंग साइड सर.
नहीं कोई नहीं है. अनाउंसमेंट जब हम कॉल, सो हम ट्रेनिंग कैसे डिसाइड करते हैं, इज प्रॉब्लम कॉस्टली. अगर जो प्रॉब्लम परफॉर्मेंस प्रॉब्लम है वो ज्यादा कॉस्टली है तो हम उसको यस, है ना. अगर कॉस्टली प्रॉब्लम है तो इज सॉल्यूशन लेस कॉस्टली देन द प्रॉब्लम. तो कॉस्ट है, जो कॉस्ट है अगर हमारी 100 रुपीज है और उसका सॉल्यूशन, इसका इम्पैक्ट सपोज 100 है और सॉल्यूशन का है 50 रुपीज, देन वी विल गो फॉर, है ना. अगर प्रॉब्लम कॉस्टली नहीं है तो इन्वेस्ट एनर्जी इन डिफरेंट परफॉर्मेंस प्रॉब्लम. अगर कॉस्टली नहीं है तो हम उसको ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. वी इन्वेस्ट आवर एनर्जी टू ए डिफरेंट परफॉर्मेंस. अगर कॉस्टली, उसका सॉल्यूशन कॉस्टली, अगर वो कॉस्टली है एंड सॉल्यूशन लेस कॉस्टली है, देन वी डेवलप डिजाइन. ओके, प्रोसीड विद द सॉल्यूशन. है ना। ये देखिए इसमें ये है। अभी मैं एक और बात आपको बताता हूँ कि अगर नो वाला बात एक्चुअली है, प्रॉब्लम कॉस्टली है, इट इज इम्पैक्टिंग अस इन ह्यूज अमाउंट एंड उसका सॉल्यूशन है, तो देन वी गो एंड प्रोसीड विद द सॉल्यूशन। अगर कॉस्टली नहीं है तो वी डोंट bother and we don't invest in it. If solution is less costly, then performance problem. Solution is lost करनी, yes. अगर costly है, suppose अगर solution costly है, then also we don't go because उसमें कोई फायदा नहीं है. Seek alternate solution. Okay. Can cost effective solution be implemented? So ये चीजें हैं. अगर yes है, then we go for. Understood this flow chart?
नो सर, सर कुछ एग्जांपल्स हो सकते हैं,
नहीं,
because
नहीं,
अगर कोई चीज इम्पोर्टेंट है,
मैं देता हूँ एग्जांपल।
if there is something very important, it might be costly, but this has to be addressed.
Yes, yes.
So this invest energy in different
नहीं, मैं एक देता हूँ। जैसे अभी एक सिंपल एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ कस्टमर कंप्लेंट। कस्टमर कंप्लेंट से क्या हो सकता है? इफ यू आर नॉट सॉल्विंग योर कस्टमर, नॉट एड्रेसिंग कस्टमर कंप्लेंट, तो क्या हो सकता है?
कंपनी पे ताला लग सकता है,
ताला लग सकता है। तो हाँ, ये उसका इफेक्ट बहुत ज्यादा है ना, इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा है। तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते, उसको वी कैन गो फॉर नो, है ना, उसके लिए हमको यस जाएंगे। अभी हमको क्या करना है, सॉल्यूशन अगर उसका बहुत ज्यादा कॉस्टली, सपोर्ट आप इंजीनियरिंग कंट्रोल लाना चाहते हैं या एआई लाना चाहते हैं, तो नो नहीं है, उसमें हमको क्या करना है, कैन कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव सॉल्यूशन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड। तो हम उसके लिए क्या ट्रेनिंग करेंगे उन लोगों का, है ना। अभी आप देखें अनाउंसमेंट कर देखते हैं कि दिस कॉल में बी रिकॉर्डेड फॉर ट्रेनिंग पर्पज, है ना। तो इसमें इसके लिए, तो उसके लिए क्या हमको करना ही करना है, हमको ये देखना है कि व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ नॉन ट्रेनिंग द एम्प्लॉय, क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा ना। एक कहते हैं ना कि if we train people leave, then what is that? If we don't train and they remain, that is also problem. So हमको क्या करना है, even though costly problem, we can have a cost effective solution, cost effective, and then we implement. Understand? नो में भी हमें नो नहीं बोलना है। अगर बहुत ही चीप है, अगर यहाँ पे यस है, सॉल्यूशन है, तो ऑल्टरनेट प्रोग्राम हो सकता है, ऑल्टरनेट प्रोग्राम। देन प्रॉब्लम अगर कॉस्टली है, उसको सॉल्व करना ही करना है, लेकिन कैन बी हैव कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव प्रोग्राम। तो ये सब क्या है, हमको स्ट्रेटेजी डेवलप करना पड़ता है कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी वी एडप्ट। तो यहाँ पे अभी आप एचआर में ही बहुत सारे एग्जांपल हो सकते हैं। हमारा आइटम्स जो हमारा फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है वो डिफेक्टिव आ रहा है, हमेशा डिफेक्टिव आ रहा है। व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? तो उसमें देखना पड़ेगा, इज ट्रेनिंग इज द सॉल्यूशन और अदर सॉल्यूशन। इंजीनियर जैसे मैंने बताया था, इंजीनियरिंग सॉल्यूशन दे सकते हैं क्या नहीं। तो इसमें यही नहीं, ये ट्रेनिंग का ही नहीं बोल रहा है, प्रॉब्लम का बोल रहा है। सो इंजीनियरिंग सॉल्यूशन भी हो सकता है ना। तो ये तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व आपको कैसे करना है उसके सॉल्यूशन के लिए, पर यस और नो के लिए है। तो इम्पैक्ट इज लार्जर एंड इम्पैक्ट इज मोर देन द कॉस्ट ऑफ सॉल्यूशन, then you have to go for solution। और उसमें देखना is training a solution, और is training is the only solution। जैसे मैंने बोला कस्टमर कंप्लेंट, तो उसको हमें बताना है हाउ टू हैंडल, है ना। उसको फ्लो चार्ट दे सकते हैं हम, उसमें डेवलप करा सकते हैं, सिस्टम डेवलप करा सकते हैं, उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग करा सकते हैं, हम रैंडमली उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग सुन सकते हैं, वो चीजें हैं इसमें। देन एडवांटेज, ये तो आप पढ़ लेना। डिसएडवांटेज एक पढ़ देता हूँ, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव वर्क ट्रेनिंग रिसोर्सेज, क्योंकि हम उसको मैप कर सकते हैं। इसमें क्लियर एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम ट्रेनिंग मैनेजर आ जा सकता है, हाउ मेनी प्रोग्राम इन हाउ मच रुपीज। सेट डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रोसेस, क्योंकि हमको एक डायरेक्शन मिल जाती है, वी प्रोसीड ऑन दैट, एंड इफ देयर इज अ डेविएशन वी टेक करेक्टिव एक्शन और प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन ऑल्सो। आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज हो सकता है इसमें। देन बेस फॉर मैनेजर डिसीजन, क्योंकि बजट हमें हिस्टोरिकल डेटा देता है और उसके लिए हम फ्यूचर मैनेजर डिसीजन दे सकते हैं उसके। देन फैसिलिटेट डेलीगेशन, तो डेलीगेशन कैसे होता है, व्हेन इट इज डॉक्यूमेंटेड प्रोसेस इज देयर, एवरीथिंग इज डॉक्यूमेंट, डेलीगेशन बिकम्स इजी बिकॉज देयर इज लेस चांसेस ऑफ एनी एम्बिग्यूटी। एक्सीलेंस इन डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, इवन दो उसमें कई कोर्ट केसेस भी होते हैं, तो उसमें डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में हमें बजटिंग का काम आता है। मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दूंगा, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के अगेंस्ट हमने किया था, वो इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट पर था, नॉट इन ट्रेनिंग। ट्रेनर्स पे अभी तक नहीं हुआ है केस, मेरे ख्याल में नहीं है। फैसिलिटेट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, मॉनिटरिंग एंड मेजरमेंट एंड रिव्यू, क्योंकि अनलेस वी हैव प्लान, documented plan, this will not be, so it facilitates, it enables us to implement as per the plan, monitoring whether we are going as per the plan, then measurement and review. Yes, Ashwini ji, boliye please.
Yes, sir. One question regarding the first point, which is organizational objectives versus training resources. इस पे आप कुछ बता सकते हैं? Just you can.
Yes. See, organizational objective versus training resources. So, all training resources are directed toward achievement of training objective. अगर ये resource, because वो planning में आ जाता है, if we don't plan, so we may go here and there. तो organizational objective क्या है? जैसे मैंने बोला कि मेरे यहाँ पे 5 organizational objective थे, customer exceeding customer और customer delight हम बोलते थे उसको, customer delight. How I can create customer delight through training, so how I can develop the competency of people so they are exceeding customer expectation. Then financial थे उसमें, people development थे, तो वो people development में कैसे हो रहा कि my competency और knowledge, skill and attitude of my people are as per the requirement of organization in at the particular time, वो है इसमें. And then I am creating the training resources. Training resource में not only hall आता है, उस तरह के trainer, in-out trainer भी हम कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे, training record तैयार हो रहे कि नहीं, उससे संबंधित है. Okay. I will give you concept paper also on this, forward कर दूंगा मैं.
Sure, thank you, sir.
Disadvantage. So does not consider quality. इसमें हम quality नहीं consider कर सकते, क्योंकि एक है कंसल्टेंट का फीस का कोई क्वांटम नहीं. मैंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक भी केस लड़े, मैं आई वाज हेड ऑफ लीगल आल्सो. फॉर व्हीकल का एक हमने असेसमेंट के लिए बहुत पैसा चार्ज किया था, दैट गाय हैज गॉन टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट, और उसमें सॉरी ये नेशनल कंज्यूमर फोरम में, नॉट इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट. सुप्रीम कोर्ट गाइडलाइन है, देयर इज नो यार्ड स्टिक फॉर कंसल्टेंट फीस. और आपने वो कहानी भी सुनी होगी, जो एक आदमी हथौड़ा मारता है, इंजन स्टार्ट हो जाता है, तो बोलता है इट इज द राइट यूजिंग राइट फोर्स एट राइट प्लेस, उसके मैंने चार्ज किया. तो वी डोंट, इन बजटिंग वी डोंट कंसीडर क्वालिटी ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, डज नॉट कंसीडर ट्रांसफर और लर्निंग, है ना. बेसिकली सी ऑल ट्रेनिंग आर फॉर परफॉर्मेंस फॉर बिल्डिंग स्किल, नॉलेज एंड एटीट्यूड, पर वो इसमें डिफाइन नहीं होता है. मे लैक इन फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, बहुत जहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है भाई आपको इतना ही पैसा मिलेगा, इससे ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. व्हेन यू आर बजटेड फॉर 15 प्रोग्राम, आपको 15 देना ही है, ऐसा हो जाता है. तो इट ऑल्सो हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ रिजिडिटी. तो उसमें दिस एलिमेंट ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी कैन बी ओवरकम बाई पॉलिसी, है ना, प्रोसीजर ऑफ द बजट एंड बजट वर्सेस रिवॉर्ड. तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि भाई इफ यू सेव बजट योर डिपार्टमेंट विल बी रिवॉर्डेड. दैट टाइम क्या होता है कि आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव मार्क खा जाते हैं. इफ यू आर मोर स्पेंडिंग देन योर इंसेंटिव इज कट, so that type of should not provide self evaluation of training department. Actually ये उधर जाना चाहिए, प्रॉफिट ये एडवांटेज में जाना चाहिए कि ट्रेनिंग डिपार्टमेंट अपना सेल्फ इवेल्युएशन भी कर सकता है. तो इसमें एडवांटेज कुछ नहीं है, बट बजटिंग का डिसएडवांटेज नहीं होता है. बट व्हेन यू गो फॉर ट्रेनिंग तो उसमें रिजिडिटी आ जाती है और क्वालिटी और ट्रांसफर ऑफ लर्निंग नहीं होता है उसमें कंसिडर. अगर बजट में हमें क्वालिटी प्रोग्राम, you cannot go for IIM and so training cost, ना training cost. Okay, अभी 3 minutes रह गया. So we have administrative cost. Administrative cost में आ जाता है कि भाई जो हमारे जो लोग लगे हुए हैं पीछे, उनके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, ट्रैवल एंड ऑल, प्लस ओवरहेड ऑफ सैलरी हु आर नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन ट्रेनिंग. ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट आता है जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ड्यूरिंग ट्रेनिंग. Then you can also have segmentation, manpower cost. Capital cost means equipment. Variable cost, which is as per the number of participants or number of hours जब होता है. fixed cost are whether it doesn't change as per the number of participants or number of hours. Fixed variable cost. So these are the concept, but mainly आपको direct indirect cost ही लेना है. Variable, variable, fixed, direct, indirect cost. So we will stop here. See, budgeting, I still I have more 12-13 slide है जो actually मैं आपको एक इसके साथ छोड़ देता हूँ. एक स्लाइड के साथ पे आप एक आर्टिकल है which I will post. इसको आप पढ़िए, है ना. I am posting in the chat. ये LinkedIn का है, from where it will help you to develop some. एक कॉपी कर लीजिए. I am putting in chat. So read this article and we will discuss this on. और इसमें थोड़ा सा अपना ये कर लीजिए. ये मैंने एक चैट में डाला है. LinkedIn पे आर्टिकल है, डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग. Are you able to see? और इसको पढ़ के आइए नेक्स्ट में. नेक्स्ट 26 को तो मैं नहीं हूँ. 26 को आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू कंडक्ट, क्योंकि हमारा औरंगाबाद में एक ये बहुत सारी. दिल्ली में कौन कौन है? If somebody want to attend, we can request them. They will allow you free of cost. 24 and 25th. Actually वो बहुत बढ़िया ये है. अगर आप जो दिल्ली में हैं.
So I am from Noida.
नोएडा वो NCR ही है ना.
Yes, yes. So sir, 24th and 25th are actually which days of the month? Like पर मैं calendar check कर रही हूँ.
Friday, Saturday.
अच्छा, okay.
Friday,
So
Saturday.
sir, 2 days event में एक दिन आ सकते हैं, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या?
हाँ, एक दिन भी आ सकते हैं. लेकिन एक काम करना, आप जो ना मेरे को अपना नाम देना, तो वहाँ पे हम बात कर सकते हैं. They will allow you as a student of diploma program, and I will also request Gurvind to share.
So what it is all about?
It is a conference. एक मिनट में आपको ब्रोशर दिखाता हूँ. I'll just show you the.
And so where is this happening in Delhi?
State Bank Academy, State Bank Academy, State Bank की Academy में. See, you will be glad to know बहुत अच्छे का lined up है इसमें. And इसका
Sure, I will attend the second day one because Friday को तो office रहेगा. 26.
उसका नहीं उसमें यही है कि आपको सब्सक्राइब करना है. I will give you this thing link also, and I can speak to the chairman of Gurgaon chapter, and they will allow you. I am just sharing for those who want to attend. ये है repositioning human resource for organizational effectiveness. Okay, ये टॉपिक है.
This is on 24th and 25th, मतलब Thursday and Friday.
Thursday, Friday. 26 का क्या है? 26.
It's Friday and Saturday, Shipra.
Friday, Saturday.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि 26 को I am coming back and I don't know. Friday sir. State Bank of India plot number sector 19 गुड़गांव में. I will request Gurvinder to post, and see इसमें ये है topics you can see. Topics को जो for student 1000 है, but I can take waiver for you. इसमें काफी अच्छे देखिए इन्होंने भी दिया है. इनॉग्रल सेशन, स्टार्टअप है, इनोवेशन है, राइज ऑफ द गिग है ना. गिग वर्कर अभी आ रहा है ना. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एज ए टूल फॉर प्रोडक्टिविटी, स्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग, और डाइवर्सिटी, इक्विटी एंड इंक्लूजन, HR इंटरवेंशन फॉर इंप्रूविंग प्रोडक्टिविटी. ये टॉपिक है. तो अगर आपको किसी को जाना है तो बता दीजिए. आप गुरविंदर जी को भी भेजेंगे तब भी चलेगा. वो इसमें ग्रुप में मत डालिए, क्योंकि ग्रुप में तो डाल ही नहीं सकते आप, पर गुरविंदर को दे दीजिए या मेरे को दे दीजिए, एंड आई विल ट्राई दैट सी दैट यू आर इंक्लूडेड इन दैट.
So this is in Gurgaon, ना? इसमें गुड़गांव mention.
गुड़गांव. तो अब